Yeah, rolling. All right. Slate, tug of love, roll one, scene one, apples, take one. Mark?
Hello, my name's Phil Thorpe. I am 53 years old, and I was kidnapped twice when I was a child, and actually almost tried a third time. It's a story I like to tell at parties. It gets a lot of laughs. My mom was born and raised in Paris, and I can tell you now, after 45 years of sort of living with her, knowing her, that she's not happy if she's not living in France.
We met, we commuted, I went to France, she came back, I went to Canada, she came to Canada, she came back, we got married, went back to Canada, and Catherine was born, and we would spend a little time in England where Philip was born. I'm never sure whether Philip's mother didn't like me or didn't like Canada. I've never really been able to answer that one. But then she came back and we separated, and she went back to France, taking the two children.
But I'm going to guess I was around 5 or 6, because I did spend some time in France living with my sister.
And what I got from my lawyer was that she then abandoned Philip at my mother's place.
Because my father died, and I was working, and my mother couldn't cope with both children at the time, and I just left him with his grandparents.
And my mother brought him to Canada, and then subsequently, and I don't know the dates exactly, she kidnapped him. And the reason she kidnapped him was that she signed an affidavit in divorce court saying she had custody and was maintaining both children, which was not true. So she came and kidnapped him to make it true.
At first I was like, wow, holy crap, my dad was kidnapped. And then I went to school the next day and I was like, guess what I found out at dinner last night? My dad got kidnapped.
So the first kidnapping happened when I was walking home from school, North Lee Public School. I kind of have this memory of this hedge. I don't know why that's in the memory, but so walking down the street, and I kind of remember, obviously, my mom coming up and saying, "You're coming with me," and your dad said it's okay. And at the time, I remember saying, "Okay," because then obviously I went to France. I was in France for almost 4 months. I remember the apartment that my mother lived in. I remember being there with my sister. Not a lot of memories of going to school, but I was enrolled in school and started going to school.
Now, as far as I was concerned, kidnapping him back was really a breach of the relationship we'd agreed on. He was here and she was there. And I decided that two could play this game, which it wasn't a game really, it was deadly serious on reflection. And I got him back.
Apparently, he had paid somebody to follow us, and Philip was kidnapped outside of the school.
He decided that he would hire a private investigator and go to France to kidnap my father back.
I can remember the instructions. You go to this street, you wait there, you take the child, you go straight up, turn left on N1 and drive into Belgium.
And there was a strike at the border happening, and because of this strike they made it into Belgium, and they flew out of Belgium the day later.
The next memories would be going to school back in Canada, and growing up in Leaside.
The next thing I heard one afternoon, I was phoned at work. He's been kidnapped again, but she got caught.
Because they didn't have any right to take him, and seeing the divorce was pronounced, and I was in charge of both children.
The police arrested her and put her in a police car, and I arrived and we had this chat, and we sat down and the next day and agreed that I would look after Philip and she'd look after Catherine, and we'd stop kidnapping. And that was it.
I have no ill feelings towards either parent for any of the decisions or actions that they took. It happened. It is. I had a fairly normal upbringing, and here I am. So
I do not regret doing it. No, I think Philip he's done quite well for himself. He may not have done as well in France.
mariage with Philippe is great. It's terrific with Philippe and with his kids.
I'm not only here because of what happened between my mom and dad, but also because, you know, my grandfather had a part in that, and the kidnapping had a part in that. And
If my dad hadn't come and kidnapped me back, I'd be living in France, and I'd be married to a French woman, and maybe I'd have other children, but you know, it wouldn't be the two that I have, and so no, I don't wish things had turned out differently.